overthrow our love. Maybe too much ain't enough, and we won't make it out alive. She's got a rebel heart. She's had it from the start. Out there on the run again. She's got a rebel heart. One day she's gonna fall. She's got a rebel heart. She's up against them all.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Today's game will be all about the turnovers. The Bills are top 10 in turnover differential, and they'll be up against a Dolphins team that wants to be careful not to play into that strength. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. A big gain there for the Bills. 35 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. A sea of Dolphins there that time in on the tackle.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. Third down and 4.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left. Here we go. Flex round, flex round.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, 99 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
All right, here we go. There we go now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Dolphins have a first down. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, you know, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see him, and he gets lost. But this guy gets lost in a good way for his offense, picking up big yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
Red zone opportunity.
All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now. 3-19.
First and goal from the one as they look to punch it in. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Third and goal. Can the offense? And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Now a play fake here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 14 there. And it's first down, Buffalo.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll run it now out of the gun. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, it's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
You have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers. Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the outcut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one complete to Anderson. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And eventually brought down, but it's near the 5 at the 6.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And it's up and good. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And the cutback to the sideline. It's a big play there for Miami. 61 yards. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. They go play action here on first down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Franks to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. They'll drop the throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got time. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. 9 yards on the pickup, but even after that, they're left with a third and very long. And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at, here we go now.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the Bills offense comes out ready to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
someone
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going underneath for Crowell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They're going to look to throw. That one complete to Anderson. A gain of 6 there on first.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here we go.
Back to throw again. A little dump off for Crowell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And Anderson's got it. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
First down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they held them to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at them. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8.
All right, here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
All right, here we go. Blue, land it. Gun.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Extra DB on the field for the Bills here on third down.
Yeah, maybe thinking pass. He'll look to throw. Finding time. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That one complete to Anderson. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Let's go. What?
And they're going to go soft on the corners. He'll look to throw, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They're going to look to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 18 yards there and a 1st down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a 1st down.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Looking to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. Hey, you. Yeah, you. John. Why'd you skip Larry's halftime? I'm just kidding. I don't know who you are. But if you're John, maybe you're pretty freaked out for a second. All right, let's get to the third quarter. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Spence in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. And a great spot to start this drive from here. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a handoff to Crowell. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
And the D looking like they may blitz. Now back to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Here's a give to Crowell. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a guy carrying the ball, your eyes are going to direct your feet, and you're hoping they carry you to the open spaces. But it's awfully difficult at times because you have so many things you have to look out for. Where's the line blocking? Where's the traffic coming from? Tough to find open spots.
He'll drop to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over, but he ended up finding another receiver.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. So they don't get a touchdown here in this opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And here come the Bills. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Let's go. What? None. What? None. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Give him credit for batting it away, but unable to come up with the interception. And sometimes that joke does come true. Guys are on defense for a reason. Maybe their hands aren't quite as skillful as the guys on offense, but a lot of credit on that play for just knocking it away.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Flex round. Here we go. What? No.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Parker the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And this offensive unit, they have to face a 3rd down and 12 now. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And they're going to speed things up here. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the rookie's free. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And out come the Dolphins now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And over the middle, this is Parker. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch. Especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So the offense has it first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. And I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll drop the throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Let's go. What? None. What? None.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
A host of Bills there that time to make the stop.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. The offense operating inside the 10 at the 8 here. It's first and goal. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after him. Put the pressure on him.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. They got to have 6 here. It's third and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Their big tight end. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it. And he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. And they'll run it here. And a cutback left. And he'll cut it out. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now Franks for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills getting set to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away. Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the 4th quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
2nd down following the run. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Going to give this time to the tailback. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And some room to roam now. And down inside the 15 he goes. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the... And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked. Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And Frank's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. It's a pickup of 19. And the Bills are going to have a first down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And that's incomplete.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
second down now after the incompletion.
Here we go.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Mike 5'9", Ohio. Let's see it.
Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football. Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet, but you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. It'll be a gain of 4. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Miami, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get an extra week to think about it, as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.
I bet you